Questions?
Cobus, it's obviously, with the last couple of World Cups and everything, it's turned into one of the spiciest, rivalries in World Rugby at the moment. So speak to us about that rivalry, what makes it such a special, intense game, but maybe also that balance between rivalry and respect between the two sides.
Yeah, it's every test match is a special game, and there will be rivalry between all teams. But in the last two World Cups, it has been close. One in the final, one in the semi-final. I think it's been close games, and teams have played their best rugby in the top stages in the World Cup. So what you can expect them to come out wanting to win the game, being under pressure, having close losses against NZ and Australia, and we just need to keep on doing what we do and putting our plan in action on the field.
Cobus, what is the key to getting over these, getting through these tight games? Obviously, South Africa did it in the World Cup 3 times. England, as you say, have had a couple of tight ones go the wrong way. Is it a mentality thing?
I think rugby is a strange game, and sometimes you're on the good side of a match, a close match. For me, it's how you put your week together, how you prepare. Do you prepare for circumstances you'll face in a game and situations that may come your way? And I think we are with our coaching staff, we are really trying to prepare for everything that can happen, and the players feel confident and know what to do in certain situations.
Lloyd?
How's your role changed? With the work that Tony's done. I'm just interested in the role of a Bok 9, maybe from 2-3 years ago compared to now. How's that changed for you, and how are you finding it?
Yeah, absolutely loving it. Tony came in and changed the way we see attack, and taught us how to be brave on attack, and how the 9, we as 9s can now scoot a little bit and take the ball 1, 2, 3 steps before we make a decision who to hit. And it's nice to have the ball in your hands and not just pass it off the deck all the time. So yeah, it's been, everyone's bought in, and it's been really, really good for us.
Cobus, does it feel like a bit of a grudge match on Saturday? I'm just thinking back to the World Cup. It was quite a stormy game. There was all the fallout, Tom Curry and Moggy.
Well, I think if we get into that, it's gonna take us away from the actual test match. I think for us, we need to focus on what's coming on Saturday, and how to put our plan on that field. If we lose sight of what we want to do, we might be embarrassed after, or not happy with our performance. So for us, I think we just need to focus on the job at hand.
Tony, can you talk about coming into this environment? Clearly coming in, they've had so much success afterwards, but as Cobus has said, you've been allowed to impart your ideas, which may be a little bit different to what the players are used to. How much have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, well, obviously it's a massive honour to join the Springboks. Won the last 2 World Cups, #1 team in the world. So as a coach, it's a massive honour, and obviously there's a lot of talent in the team, and for me as an attack coach, to be able to get a hold of that talent and not so much get a little bit of free license, but be encouraged to try and change the way they look at the game and play the game, try and use the natural ability of some of the players around their X factor and their physicality and their size to create an attacking game that can be, hopefully the best in the world.
Because on that, Tony, it was clear that Boks evolved from 2019 to 2023. Are you tasked with taking that attacking evolution even further through to 27?
Well, yeah, maybe. I've only been here 6 months. Rusty's asked me to, see if we can improve our game on attack and see if we can get some of our special athletes the ball with space and give them an opportunity to be great on the rugby field. So hopefully it goes well for the rest of this tour and can get into next year as well. And then hopefully, if that goes well, can keep going through to the World Cup.
Matt?
Can I ask you how the rules around the escorting has changed the game? Like, what new challenges is that facing you guys in attack and defence?
Yeah, well, I think it's obviously been 2 weeks where they've used a new rule. I think everyone's adapting to it, trying to adapt to it. I think that the guys that are finding it the hardest are the referees and the touch judges around consistency. So hopefully we get a bit more consistent idea around how they're going to rule it so that we can adapt as coaches and players.
Do you think it will allow quite a lot of new attacking opportunities? Because it's not so easy to catch a high ball because it's a bit more of a 50-50 and maybe then you could play off the back of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to make the game a lot more dynamic in that area. Teams that can win the ball in the air or win the ball on the ground once the ball hits the ground becomes a dynamic attack for sure.
Matt?
Doc, can you just tell us from the medical team's perspective the difference with a short turnaround? You play on a Sunday and you play next Saturday. It's just from injury recovery, massage, physio, what this week looks like, and are there any issues coming out of the Scotland game?
Look, I think, thanks, Matt. I think we did quite well, actually. We came out of that one pretty much quite unscathed. And also, I think the theme really that part of the planning was looking at was a lot of freshness. Just freshness of players, freshness around the 7-1 split. Exactly that. We were targeting good freshness. And I think maybe, from my perspective, I think that's what the coaches planned. That's what we planned together as a group. And I think we've achieved that, yeah.
Is training a little lighter in a week?
I wouldn't say it's a little lighter. I think there's still targets that still need to be met, and the coaches, I think, are still as focused as ever. I just think what we required, maybe medically, when we look at it scientifically, you want good, fresh players. You want to make sure that you go into each contest as best as you can, or in the best shape that you can be in. And if you look at the year we've had with a number of injuries, it's great. We've got a lot of returning players. Frank Mostert returning. So we're in a good space, I think.
Just finally, how relieved were you for Chelsea to get a point at home to Arsenal?
I was very relieved. Thank you, Matt.
Tony, you said you've been here 6 months, and it's obviously a progress thing. It's going to take some time. But in those 6 months, I mean, that improvement that you're looking for, are you happy with what you've seen so far? There obviously are going to be games where you maybe can't, execute the kind of changes you want to see. There's going to be games where you have to roll up the sleeves and do it the hard way. 6 months in, what you've seen so far, have you got the players to do what you want to do?
Yeah, I think for me it's been a great 6 months. From an attack point of view, I think we've made a lot of progress. I think the players are really buying into what I'm selling, I suppose, or what I'm trying to drive. And the biggest thing for me around attacking with the Springboks is we've still got to attack the way that the Springboks play the game, which is really physical. It's on top of the gain line. It's never ever going. I'm never ever going to come in and teach the Springboks to play like the All Blacks, for instance. I'm going to teach the Springboks to attack like Springboks, and I think we're slowly understanding what that looks like, and 100% come this time next year, we've got to improve a massive amount as well. So we've always got to keep evolving, and luckily for myself, Russie's been giving me the opportunity to do that with the team.
Tony, can I ask what you make of England's struggles in the final quarter of match?
We'll just get Cobus to say something in Afrikaans quickly for the media at home about being in London and what they're expecting this weekend, then straight into media conference.
Top, ja, ons is uiteindelik in Londen by die hotel na 'n Sondag game. So die week is bietjie compressed, bietjie gedruk vir tyd om al die preparations reg te kry, maar die ouens lyk goed, meetings is gedoen, planne is gemaak en nou moet ons net alles execute op die veld en dan sien almal uit vir die game die naweek.